This is Down to the Wire 513.
Everybody else can shut up. It is time.
Ooh, Fly Man Ring.
Back in the building, man.
Yo, we in the building, we back.
Make sure y'all follow us on everything Down to the Wire 513. Yo, Down to the Wire 513, episode 324. Good brother, how you feeling?
Hey, man, feeling good. Back in the building. I was telling y'all very tired, man. But hey, we here, man. A lot of people, we here for y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, like we always say, man.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a day.
Hell of a week, man. Sheesh, it's only Wednesday.
Just give me a Saturday, man. I just want to get to WrestleMania Saturday. I'm just ready to watch WrestleMania Saturday.
WrestleMania as well, man. It's get into the weekend. It's gonna be a great WrestleMania weekend. We got some great college hoops this weekend, so we're gonna get into that, of course. But it's gonna be a good sports weekend, so we just gotta make it to the weekend, brother. We almost there.
Facts. First, I want to send a little man thoughts and prayers to anybody who got affected by the storm we got yesterday. I know some areas got hit harder than others. Luckily, me and my family, we were good for the most part. But I know there was some parts around town that got hit pretty bad, especially with flooding. So just want to send my thoughts and prayers to everybody affected by the storm, and everybody in like Indiana got hit, had a tornado.
Yeah,
down in Kentucky, man. So just
Dayton, man, hit there hard in Dayton too. I work with people all over the state. I work with people all through the state, and they hit pretty much everywhere in the state pretty hard. So, like T said, man, thoughts and prayers out there to everybody. If you got any damage on your property or cars, man, hope you get it taken care of. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Luckily, I think all my family and everybody was safe too. As far as my household, we was all safe, and I'm pretty sure my other family was safe too. I heard nothing crazy. So, thoughts and prayers to y'all, if y'all, for everybody out there, for all y'all friends and family, man. Hopefully everybody's safe. So check people's. Check on them. All right.
And man, I just want to send much love to my cuz, man. Friend of the show, man. Going through tough time right now, man. Lost an important member of the family that impacted his life. So, cuz, just want to say, love you, boy. Anything you can need,
cuz.
Anything you need from us, man, hit us up, man. Let us know, man.
Facts, man. I seen that shit too, man. So my condolences to you and the fam, man. Everybody out there. Condolences to y'all, man. It's tough.
But Down to the Wire 513, man. As always, make sure I give follow everything Down to the Wire 513. All social media scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Man, before we look ahead to college basketball this weekend with the Final Fours and both men and women, we got to take a look back at this past weekend, Sweet 16 action and Elite Eight action. We'll go ahead and start with the women's. Obviously the big news, the defending champs LSU, they got eliminated Monday night courtesy of one Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin motherfucking Clark, man.
Before we dive into all the stuff off the court, let's talk about the game on the court, man. What did you see?
Man, bad game planning is what I saw from Kim Mulkey. Of course, I'm not a Kim Mulkey fan, but I'm not one of those people that say she's a bad coach. I think she's a pretty good coach. If you ask me, she's one of the best coaches in women's college basketball. So, beyond, I think she's the baddest person outside of basketball. But as far as coaching,
article did come out though.
Yeah, article came out too. We can talk about that too. But yeah, as far as I just think she had a terrible game plan. She put Haley Van Lith on Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin was just going off like from the very, very beginning of the game. I'm not sure why she did that. Like most LSU fans were saying on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it these days, they had better options to put on Caitlin Clark. Like Flau'jae Johnson, I think is their best perimeter defender. Flau'jae did get some time on her, but I think by that point it was probably too late. Caitlin already had it going. The other Iowa players already had it going as well. She dropped 41 points, man, and she made Haley trend on Twitter for sure because Haley was getting cooked. It's not all Haley's fault though. I will say Haley was playing. Honestly, she's playing solid defense. She's 5'7". Caitlin, I think, is 6 foot tall. So I mean, she's shooting right over her. Like it's like putting a 6'5" guy on KD. It's just going to be too easy at that point to shoot over the defender, especially when you have that kind of range that she has. So, terrible game plan, man. Terrible game plan from LSU. They let Caitlin Clark get out there. I think she scored 8 of the first 12 points or something like that for Iowa. Then Angel Reese did get it going a bit there in the first half to kind of get LSU, kind of woken up. And Flau'jae had some very tough finishes. But second half, man, they smoked so many layups. LSU did smoke so many layups, which is why I'm surprised Angel is going to the WNBA, which we're going to talk about that in a minute as well. I think she still needs to develop her offensive game. Her offensive game is terrible, if you ask me. Her offensive game is just not there. So easy to stop her offensively. She hustles and gets offensive boards and gets putbacks, which helps her out a lot. But in a W, man, hustling ain't gonna get you that many buckets. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. I'll let you go ahead and chime in.
Yeah, nah. As far as everything goes, I agree with you as far as Kim Mulkey, man. She just got out coached, man. I don't know what was going on. Obviously, you couldn't let Caitlin Clark get off to a hot start. Obviously, why did you kept Haley on her? Then you subbed in Poe off the bench. That wasn't working. And then late in the game, because obviously they was doing a lot of pick and roll, trying to switch to the matchup they like.
Mm-hmm.
But late in the game, you started trying to like switch everything and show hard. Like by that point, you was already down. Like you supposed to have been did that shit towards the beginning of the game.
Yep.
They said LSU, they fought back. Angel Reese, hey, I ain't gonna lie, but she was dominant that first quarter. Like,
yeah,
she
was hooping.
She was the reason
defensively dominating.
Then obviously she rolled her ankle, and that kind of told what it was. Like I said, she couldn't really overcome that. But man, I gotta give all the credit to Caitlin Clark. I gotta give some blame that Haley. I just think the moment for Haley, I think this was just too big for her, honestly. I mean, I know she was at Louisville. I know they got to a Final Four when she was there. I know she had experience, but I think this was a different type of pressure because I think she was brought in, and many people probably thought she was brought in to replace Morrow, the girl who left last year and who basically helped beat Iowa last year in the championship game. When they needed a shot, they went to Morrow. And Haley, she had a good regular season, but you've seen in the SEC tournament and in the NCAA tournament, she kind of disappeared, shied away from the moment.
Definitely did. I think it was a bad decision her going to LSU altogether. Yeah. Terrible decision.
I think that it wasn't a bad
fit at all. So I think it was a terrible decision her to go there for sure.
But at the end of the day, man, Iowa they won the game. Like I said, Caitlin Clark was unstoppable. She was doing. I said she's doing Caitlin Clark things. So shout out to Iowa. And man, yeah, basically Kim Mulkey just got out coached flat out.
It's facts, man. Caitlin Clark, man, everybody on the team better. She's been doing it all tournament too. So shout out to Caitlin Clark, man. She's phenomenal.
Yep. Second straight Final Four appearance. They take on UConn.
They take on UConn, yeah.
UConn, yeah. Paige versus Caitlin Friday night.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy, man.
That game's gonna be crazy.
Gonna be nuts. I can't wait.
But before we talk about that game, before we talk about the rest of the Final Four, obviously a lot of the big news was following the LSU Iowa game. Which shout out to LSU and Iowa, man. Some of the highest ratings ever for for women's college basketball, at least. Yes, 12.3 million watchers, which outdrew the World Series last year. They only had 11.4. They outdrew the NBA Finals. I think they all but one game.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. I think this just goes to show, man. Well, one, Caitlin Clark is box office for sure.
It's a draw on box office.
But I think it just proves if you put, like I said, and I hope WNBA capitalizes off of this because Caitlin Clark, she's going to the WNBA. They need to capitalize off this, man. Like,
got to.
You seen what these ratings can do, and it basically, I think it all comes down to the point where we say they need to take a year off, or not take a year off, but they need to somehow adjust the schedule where it makes sense. because no one, Caitlin Clark or not, I'm sorry, no one is going to sit in the house on a beautiful Friday or Saturday night, Sunday night, and watch WNBA basketball in the summer.
It'd be tough. It'd be tough, man. And also, it would just make more sense also for the girls, man. I mean, it shouldn't be like this, man, where they lose and they got 48 hours to decide they're going to go to W or not. Like, what? I got 2 days to decide if I want to leave college or not. Like, it makes no sense to me, man. I get, why, because logistically, the season starts pretty soon, so they got to kind of the draft's going. I'm thinking like 2 weeks, I think.
And that's the thing too. Like the players who enter the draft, shit, they gotta get ready to play. Like shit, like
they just play a season. They gotta go to training camp in a month, basically.
Go training camp, do the whole WNBA season. Then they go overseas and make most of their money. Like, bro, they don't get no time off for real.
They have no time off, basically. So you might as well just either like they're playing basically 2 seasons in a year, which is insane, man. So yeah, they gotta do something to make that make more sense for these college girls going to the W.
But Angel Reese, well, she was in the top of the conversation. And after the game, obviously, it was before we knew she was entering the WNBA draft. But I forget the question I forget the actual question the reporter asked. But obviously, Angel Reese, she kind of broke down. Just basically talking about everything she experienced throughout the year, getting criticized off the court, getting sexualized off the court, receiving death threats off the court. Basically just trying to, I guess some would say, play victim.
She hasn't been happy since she won the national title last year.
Correct. I didn't see it. I didn't see it as playing victim. I mean, I think it was just unfortunate that she came out after a loss, so everyone thinks that's what it was. Like, you was cool when you were winning and you were floating, and you were like, you said we were the villains, you were doing your thing on the court, but now once you lost, it seems like you can't deal with that side.
Now this comes out when you lose, kind of deal. Right. So I definitely agree. It definitely was bad timing. Mm-hmm. She has a right to feel that way, though. So I'm not, she definitely has a right to feel that way. Whether anybody believes it's valid or not, she has the right to feel that way, because she's the one dealing with the comments, dealing with the constant eyes being on her.
And I don't even think it was bad. Well, one, it was bad time, but I don't even think I'm not even really considering that, because I think, hell, she probably would have broke down if they would have repeated as well, because basically you don't want to come out with all these comments after you win or during the middle of the season, because that add an even further distraction to you and your team. Obviously, their season's over. They have nothing else to do with LSU. So yeah, basically, I'm telling you everything I went through this since season.
Last year. Yeah. So I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I just think it's unfortunate timing. She's valid to feel this way, though. I'm not a woman in America. I don't have a million eyes on me, so I'm not sure what that feels like. But like I was telling you off air, man, you also have a choice whether to look into those comments or not. Turn that shit off. Turn the comments off, or have the comments limited on Instagram, which only certain people can comment on your stuff. If it's causing you that much pain and that much, stress and discomfort, turn it off.
Yeah, and everything on the court, I don't mind. I don't mind that. Like I said, she's a competitor. I know people want to talk about how she taunting the other opponents. She's embracing that. I don't. If she want to embrace that villain role on the court, that's all. That's fine. That's fine and well. But I do think like I told you, it is too far going. Like I said, going with death threats just because you don't like somebody. Way too far.
And I will say, on her side, it's too far for her to be yapping at an assistant coach on the opposing team, telling a grown woman to watch her mouth, or whoever she was talking to, watch your mouth, and then basically sneak this in her at the end, saying you got your feelings to get it back. Like, that's taking it too far on her side, I think, as well. So we'll call her out for that. I think that's childish and immature of her to be yapping at an opposing coach. But it just goes to show that LSU is just a toxic program, if you ask me, top down. From Kim Mulkey down, they allow that kind of shit to happen. That's why it happens so much there. That's why you see Flau'jae's brother come on to the court. That's why you see the shit happening, because they allow it to.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, Kim Mulkey, she doesn't get away. She doesn't get a pass or nothing like that. I mean, Rand, you've been saying for years that how like she's been a bad person, and we've seen it in the media. Like I said, we've seen say some of the actions that Kim Mulkey has displayed over the few years, and obviously the Washington Post article it did drop last week. It was bad. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was bad. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. I don't think it's like anything where she should be banned from coaching or anything. But
yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything that we didn't know. If you've been following college basketball for the last 10 years, you heard some of this stuff already. So I think maybe they had some stuff redacted after she came out and said what she said. Maybe they kind of took some of the heavier stuff out that they were going to say, maybe, or say they were going to write. Maybe they took some of that stuff out, possibly. But it was definitely bad. But it was all stuff that we've heard. If you've been following, women's college basketball, women's, or even WNBA, because the whole Brittany Griner shit. When that happened with her, when she got detained in Russia, Kim Mulkey wouldn't come out and say anything in support of her because of her sexuality. It was like, bro, this woman helped you get to where you're at. Even though you were already a top line coach before you got Brittany Griner, she definitely helped elevate you to higher status for sure. So if you're not to not support her because of her sexual preference, is just wild to me. And she also, in the article, it said she definitely just don't rock with that kind of people. If you're gay or lesbian, she don't rock with you basically.
Yeah, now that part, like that. Honestly, I think that's the worst part of the whole thing that came out. Obviously, man, and I always say this: do whatever makes you happy.
Do what makes you happy, man.
At the end of the day, I don't care as long as you're a good person at heart. Do what makes you happy. Love who you want to love. Do what you want to do. Outside all that, I don't care. Now that definitely makes Kim Mulkey a bad person right there. Not rocking with you because of your purpose or who you choose to love.
But they ain't gonna rock with you to help her get wins though.
Right.
She can rock with you for that, but then off the court, she gonna tell you hey man, don't come out and say you like girls until you get off my program, because I ain't rocking with that for real. Basically, is what she was telling some of the women that went there. Whether she said it like that or not, she was basically saying, "Don't come out until you leave here."
It wasn't it wasn't like a safe place for them. Like they couldn't fully embrace themselves, be themselves around Kim Mulkey.
Yeah, said she was criticized the way they dressed. Like, why are you wearing baggy shorts and jeans? Yeah, a real woman wears dresses. Like, bro, let them be them. If this is why I don't understand why I wouldn't want to play for her if I was a woman, whether I was lesbian or not. I would want to play with her just because of that. Because most, I'm gonna say most of it, but a lot of girls that play in college basketball, they are, most of them are lesbian, and there's nothing wrong with that. As a teammate, if I was a woman was their teammate, I'd be like, I can't rock with her knowing that she don't fuck with you like that. That would just turn me off from playing for her. I wouldn't play for her because of that reason.
And it did come out, and the Athletic did a poll today, basically which coach would you least want to play for, and it was clear Kim Mulkey was number one. Wasn't even close. So obviously, people around college basketball knew what it was, and like I said, basically her winning kept all this shit up under a rug for the most part. Like I said, her treating those certain people, that was the worst part. All the other stuff, calling players out. For me, I just felt like that was she's just an old school coach, basically.
Yeah, she's an old school coach for that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? One quote, she said it was some kind of scuffle in practice. She said, "I'm only glad I didn't record it." That's just some old school shit. Whether you like it or not, I actually like that part. I actually like that old school style coaching, if you ask me. That's how we came up. That's how we kind of came up. Getting cussed out. You fucked up. We was getting cussed out in practice. We
Exactly.
getting cussed out. So like, that's the way I came up. I'm not saying it's right. That environment is cool for everybody. You can't talk to everybody that kind of way. Cause see other people that don't react or don't it's not going to show you what you want to see or do better if you talk to them that kind of way. But I was kind of motherfucker. I could take it, so
Right.
I was cool with it.
Yeah,
But
everyone clearly can't take it, but I didn't mind.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that part of the article that came out. But at the end of the day, man, we stand with Angel Reese. We support her. Like I said, whatever, like what she's doing. She decides she's going to the WNBA draft. Like you said earlier, brother, we're not with her every day. We don't see what she deals with. But Angel says just post and then don't even look at the comments. Just go on about your day. Hand your phone to somebody. If the comments or something that bothers you, just put the phone down after you post.
Hire a social media manager to go post the shit
exactly.
for you.
Yeah,
and delete the app off your phone. If you want to keep getting your money on the apps, I don't understand. That you posting the video with some products want to get you paid. So I understand you want to get your bread, but your bread ain't also is not worth your sanity. So if it's gonna cost you your sanity and eventually you're gonna cost you your career because you're not gonna be able to focus on lock in and perform the way you need to perform on the court, then you need to drop that shit. Because if the performance on the court drops, and like I said off air, I think I'm not a huge fan of her going to the W. I think she needs to develop more. And the W is such a cutthroat league these days with how often rookies don't make the team.
Yeah, it's not enough roster spots.
Yeah, it's not enough teams out there. So if you come in and now she's gonna be good for at least a couple years, I think, because it's just off the name and the strength of her marketing strength. I think she'll be a lot to at least be on the team. But if you start hitting the court, you're not performing. You used to expect it to perform as a top 10 pick, which you're probably going to be. Your career might not be that long. You might end up being just an Instagram poster, just posting shit on Instagram. So you need to lock in and actually develop your game and get an offensive game, because I don't think the offense is where the defense and the motor is. Your motor is elite though. Your defense and motor elite. Like, she gonna go hard. She's gonna play hard. She's gonna play her heart out, and her defense is really good. But offensively, she's very, very limited.
Yeah, I think it definitely depends where she goes to. I mean, right now I'm looking at a mock draft on ESPN, and obviously they said roughly around 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Minnesota Lynx. So fortunately for her, she wouldn't need to be that outfit that she wouldn't have to be their big time scorer. They got scores up in
yeah. So that'd be a good spot for her.
I think she and obviously it's not a big enough
market though. That's what I'm like about the market. Now that she actually declared for the draft, I'm interested to see where her stock goes. See if it goes up. Because they only have much time to do any kind of workouts or nothing. So we kind of just gonna go off of what they see and what they saw in the tournament probably, and what they saw from her this year and last year. So I'm interested to see what these WGMs think of her and see if her stock rises or see if it drops.
Yeah, but I like Minnesota. I like Minnesota as a good spot for her.
I do too. As far as the basketball part, but the marketing part.
Yeah, marketing part. That may be a little tough for you, Angel, but basketball wise, I think you should fit right in.
And just I just don't even know, even as far as like the whole development. I was watching Gil's Arena today, and they were talking about this. It kind of dropped when they were on air, and they had Lexi Brown on there. Of course, she plays for the LA Sparks, and she's happy about it. She said, hopefully she's hoping that they get her. They had the number 2 or number 3 pick and number 4 pick or some shit. They got like 2 top 10 picks, and she hoping they snag her. And she said the development is better there, but she was just like 2 weeks ago talking about how they don't even have their own gym. Like, they have to schedule time at either they have to find their own gym to go practice at as an individual player, or nothing, because they have no practice facility as a LA Spark player. So if that's, and she said that's not just their team, it's most of the teams in the W don't have their own practice facility. If that's the environment she's going to, she's better off staying at school where you have the whole practice facility to work off of and to go actually develop your game. Of course, you gotta go to class and shit. I heard you don't go to class no way. From what I've heard, she don't go to class no way. So fuck the school part, but you actually get access to a gym 24/7. Where if you go to W, it's gonna be rough. You're gonna have a lot of off times to work out, but it's gonna be tough for you to actually because there's no place for you to go practice. And you're so popular, you can't just go to on 24-hour fitness. It's just,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Start doing ones. I mean, you can, but you probably gonna get annoyed.
Which is wild because, like I said, most of these, all of the WNBA players play except Connecticut because there's no NBA team over in Connecticut. But most of these teams, like, they use the NBA facilities or the arenas.
A lot of them do. A lot of them do, but some of them don't. But a lot of them do. So you're right. Yeah, a lot of them do. But still, I mean, it's like they can't share the facility with the men or something like
That's
the,
what I'm saying.
the NBA affiliate or something like that. Like I don't understand.
I said it's only at the top of my head. It's only 3 teams I know that don't. Seattle don't have an NBA team right now. Connecticut don't have an NBA team right now. Atlanta has an NBA team, but I know they don't play in the arena where the Hawks play. They play in their convention center.
All these areas though have big colleges. All right, Seattle. It's Washington. I don't think Washington's
Seattle. Yeah, Washington's Seattle.
It's in Seattle. Yeah, I know they get hella practice courts there. Come on, they can't go get a practice court there.
I'm not sure how far University of Connecticut is from their arena, but yeah, you can't.
Hella gyms there. Come on, right? These schools have hella gyms. Like I remember when we was sophomores in high school, we went to UC camp in the summer. They have whole player gyms where you didn't even see if you wasn't like Hooper, you didn't even know it existed. They got like 4 of them motherfuckers. So it's like, bro, they got courts that y'all can get somewhere close to y'all. It shows how little these owners care. Well, I ain't gonna say that because she did say the owners for the Sparks trying to find them somewhere that can go consistently, but build a practice facility, man.
And this, I mean, and I think this. I think we said it's all fair, but we've been preaching it for forever as far as the WNBA. You got Caitlin Clark, the biggest star in women's basketball, coming in this year. You have to capitalize on her success. Like, if next year, in the next few years, like the WNBA is still what it is today, then y'all failed. Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest names in all sports, honestly, not just women's basketball.
Like in all the sports right now, man. I need to get it popping, man. Like they got to figure something out. Like when she plays Liberty, that needs to be on TV. When she plays the Aces, they need to be on TV. When she plays anybody that has an all-star on a player on the team, it needs to be on TV. Like they ain't gonna do it obviously, but it needs to be. You see, when you put it on ESPN, that shit draws.
Yes.
Like we always say, if you put a good game on TV at a decent time on a channel that niggas watch. Niggas actually can have and niggas actually can find on their TVs, it's going to get nice ratings, which, you see what happens.
Yeah.
And the game was a great game. It was a good game. It was a very entertaining game, if you ask me. Of course, there wasn't any dunks to happen. It was the entertaining game. For some of the guys out there, they don't dunk, they don't do this. Very entertaining game, if you ask me. You have Flau'jae doing some nasty layups, Angel crazy steals and blocks. And of course, Caitlin hits some long ass threes, and that the Haley Van Leaf doing like, oh man, what I'm gonna do? It was a good game, man. It was a good game, great game. So it's you see, it's interest there.
Yeah, facts. And hell, and honestly, that leads to the second game of the night. Like, we know Caitlin Clark is the now. But if y'all really ain't got shit about time, this next girl come into the W, then
something's wrong,
big time. Because Juju, even though she lost, she's here.
She the truth.
She's a dog.
She has
a fan of me. I'm definitely gonna cop me a USC Juju Watkins jersey before next season for sure.
Facts.
Facts. But that game was entertaining as well. Paige versus Juju, man. And I haven't watched much UConn this year. I didn't realize how many players they were missing.
Yeah.
Like half the damn roster. Like
4 or 5 like big name players.
Name players, right? And shout out to Gino.
Gino, man. He one of the goats for real.
Facts. But honestly, that was just a game, man. Paige wouldn't let her team lose. Honestly, that's all that came down to. That was mano a mano. And I think Juju will learn that moving forward. Obviously, she's only a freshman, but that was just Paige taking over and like, nah, we're not losing this game.
Yeah, if she hit every big shot every time that USC kind of like cut it, Paige like, nah, we going back up. We ain't playing that. We're not playing that. And that's one thing. I don't. It was like a point there in the first half. Juju ain't shoot the ball for like it felt like 10 minutes, man. I don't know how long it was game time, but we best player. I know people say, oh, look, she always shooting the ball. If you watch the game, you see why. Like, not, and it's no disrespect to other girls out there. They have a couple other girls that Forbes. She can go. A couple other girls out there, a couple shooters, but their best shot is Juju shooting the ball. That's their best offense. You know, she needs to be aggressive. So when you go 10 minutes without her even shooting the ball, you know, it's gonna put your team at a disadvantage if you're USC.
Yeah, man, and I cannot wait to see Juju develop, man. I'm telling you, bro, if she gets a left hand, oh my God,
It's over, man.
she needs a left hand, and she needs a little bit of a post game too.
Yeah, work on her post game a little bit because she big. She can easily get. If she be
Exactly.
getting guarded by a smaller girl, she can easily get on the post, back on down, do a nice little fade or a nice little midi.
And that's what'll work like in the UConn game when they need a bucket. Hey, just go post up. You either gonna get fouled or you're gonna get a bucket.
Yep, get you a spot easily. But she's elite, man. Elites of the elites, and only being a freshman, doing what she did this season. Hold your head up high, Juju. You know, you're a dog.
And they got the number one recruiting class coming in next year too.
They will be nice.
So help is on the way, but man, nah, the low key, I wish they didn't have to stay 3 years, man. I wish they could leave after their freshman year, man.
Yeah, man. If they get this influx, you just think if they had this influx of stars coming in, they had Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Juju Watkins, and there's a plethora of other girls out there. Cameron Brink. You had the plethora of girls coming in like all right now, bro. You know how dope the league would be. Like the league is already dope, but the influx of new talent would just be. It would be dope, man. It would be like you know, back in the day when you got OKC coming up with KD Num, or like now OKC coming up with Shea Num. It would be something like that, man. Like we don't have a team like that in the W. It's like, oh man, you got a young team out there that's like, man, they coming. They ain't getting together yet, but they give them a couple years, and then next year they be here.
Right.
You know, we don't have that team in the W. I don't think.
Yeah, nah.
Maybe next year with Indiana, you know, because it's low key, bro. They got squad. They ain't really young no more. Kelsey, I wouldn't call her young anymore, but you got Kelsey Mitchell, who's one of the top college scorers ever. Caitlin Clark, the top college scorer ever. Aaliyah Boston, elite. Like they should have a nice young core there for the next like 5 years. Hopefully they all stay together. They should be nice, man. They might be nice immediately with Caitlin Clark getting there. Last year they didn't really turn up with Aaliyah Boston, you know. But with Caitlin and Kelsey out there on the perimeter, man, they should be crazy next year.
Okay, nah, damn, I didn't realize she was that old. I was about to say there is one, but I didn't realize Cheyenne Parker was that old.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say Atlanta, because Ryan Howard from Kentucky, I like her. I like her.
Yeah, she's nice.
But like you said, expansion. They need to bring those expansion teams. SAP. I don't know when I know they were talking about it, but they need those expansion teams because like we just said earlier, there's not enough roster spots for all these girls. So luckily, Juju can't go because then there will be a lot of girls who don't have teams because there's no room.
Juju making the team. Bye some of y'all old chicks. Yeah. Sorry, y'all have to go. Got to go.
Right. But
like Don Staley said, Juju, if she stay on this trajectory, she's gonna be the GOAT.
Man. Which is wild. And that's the thing that's for real is getting overshadowed really. Like South Carolina's undefeated, but all the talk is about Paige and Caitlin.
Yep.
Like no one's talking about the other side of the bracket. Everything is on Caitlin.
Crazy because they got somebody going to the draft too in Cardoza.
Yeah.
She's top 3 projected pick. And she gonna have something to say about this, man. They got the best team left right now.
Facts. And that Fuwale, like we talked about last week, Fuwale.
Yeah.
Man,
Dog. I feel like she don't miss. I feel like she don't miss. Whether she doing a layup, she doing a three, she don't miss. Electric.
we say I'll say this, man. Women's basketball, man. If y'all don't just watch because of the Caitlin Clark, just because it's just her, man. Just women's basketball, they have talent everywhere. Y'all just have to watch and buy in, because talent is talent out there.
Yep, like I said last week, man, it's such a widespread talent pool now in women's college basketball. It's good to see, man.
Facts, great to see. And honestly, we've been saying that this year's the women's tournament has been bigger than the men's tournament.
Bit more interesting.
For sure. The star talent is easily outshining the men's tournament.
Facts. Star power is there. Man ain't got no star power right now.
Man. But I mean, we're speaking of the men's side, I figured Doc, I know he's working right now.
Yeah.
But I know Duke losing might have a little bit of something.
Yeah, definitely got a little bit. He made sure he hopped on Friday, though, didn't he? He made sure he hopped on here. Oh man, I see you and see lost. Actually felt good. I tell you what, man, it felt real good seeing y'all niggas lose. I called y'all to beat what's his name though? Who they beat? He texted and said y'all was right. Was it Houston?
Yeah, it was Houston.
Yeah, we told him Friday. He said, "Man, I think it's over." I said, "Nah, I think y'all gonna be Houston." They beat Houston.
Unfortunately, Jamal Shea got hurt, but still got to play the game.
Helped them out. Definitely helped them out. But hey, took that L. I felt good seeing y'all lose, man. We'll say that.
And not just lose, you lost to a conference rival. Like y'all, at least y'all lost to Alabama. But y'all lost to a team y'all already played twice. Y'all know them.
NC Stank, man. Shout out DJ Barnes though, man. That boy, he nice, man. You see, he getting NFL GMs looking at him.
DJ Burns is?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
Nah, for what position he gonna play?
Talking about O-line, tight end, said something. They interested in, bro. Interested in, bro.
I mean, hey, I'll say because I'm gonna keep it a buck. He's not going to the NBA.
Nah,
no. I mean, yeah, if he slims down, I can see him be tight end. He's already 6'8", so if he slimmed down a little bit, yeah, he could be a tight end.
This next round, him versus Zach Edey, this is gonna be his NBA trial right here. If he ball out against Zach Edey, because right now Zach Edey just bounced up to a lotto pick in this draft, which I think is a bit high for Zach Edey, if you ask me. But hey, more power to him. Go get your money, young man. But if DJ Barnes plays good against Zach Edey, this could be a ticket to the NBA, man. If you ask me, he played a little bit like a Zach Randolph.
Like Randolph, Zebo.
Yeah, he played a little bit like Zebo, if you ask me, man. So, shout out to NC State, man.
Yeah, man. The run, I mentioned it last week. The run NC State is on, man. It's not quite like the 1983 run.
Ain't quite like that, but hey, still a pretty good run.
It's great. It's still a great run. I mean, because the 83 team, like, they were bad. Like they had a losing record, and they still ran off. But still, like I said last week, they had to win the ACC tournament to get in, and then they carried that momentum onto the NCAA tournament, man. And teams they have beaten have been some good teams. So
been some powerhouses for real, man. Been some blue bloods.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, man, I think them winning that SEC or them winning the SEC tournament also got the coach a 2-year extension too.
Yeah,
you see that?
Yeah,
like, man, they winning, bro. He like, I'm straight, man. I'm cool because he came from high school too. I think him and Nate Oates both came from high school. He was coaching in high school. Nate Oates coaching in high school like 11 years ago. He was a high school basketball coach.
Wow.
So now he's coaching the Final Four team, and then he one of the highest paid coaches in college basketball. So. Shout out to Nate Oates, man. Like, if you're a high school coach, hey, sky's the limit, man.
Yeah, for facts. But now this is why we love the tournament, man. You never know, unexpected team like NC State, 11 seed, they go on a roll all the way to the Final Four. This is one reason why we love the tournament. Alabama, ooh, man, like I said,
4 seed all the way. That's nice, man.
use the transfer portal to build their roster all the way to the Final Four. Like, yeah, it's wild, man. That's why we love the tournament. Now,
Things possible, man.
I'm gonna say, I said both of those runs to come to an end this weekend. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Keep it a buck too. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I do see both of those runs coming to an end as well.
But still fun though.
Still fun to watch. And as much as I've been shitting on Zach Edey, gotta give him his credit, man. He is a dominant college basketball player.
Yeah, I mean, hell, that him against Tennessee, yeah, like
dominated.
Holds his will.
Dominated, man. Even I saw the highlights of people compiled highlights of his fouls that he got called against on him. The fouls that he drew, I should say, and some of it was questionable, but he do be getting hacked, man. So hey, he do be flopping when he be getting fouled, but you gotta sell it. He's so big, like you gotta do something so they see the shit. But yeah, hey, shout out to Purdue, man. Finally won. I don't say the big one. The big ones hasn't happened yet, but finally won the biggest one so far for them.
Yeah. As they get into a Final Four, and I said we'll see if they can finish the deal. I mean, right now they're on the same trajectory as Virginia when they lost to the 16th seed that 1 year, then came back and won it all next year.
Yeah, so let's see what they can do, man. They have right now the most dominant player left in the tournament.
Yeah, and then but
played the tournament so far, so.
But I am not counting on them UConn Huskies, bro. Like, but
for sure. I was counting them out a couple weeks ago. I'm sold,
bro. Against Illinois, they went on a 30-0 run.
Yes, I'm sold, bro. I thought Illinois would get them a run for their money, which they did for the first. Was the first half? I think they were down by one in the first half.
No, they ended the first half on 30-0 run.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I thought it would be a competitive game. It started out being competitive, and then after that, UConn said, "Nah, hit the button on them, man. Hit the button on these niggas, man," and it was over.
And bro, if they repeat, we gonna have to put this UConn Husky team in probably, like I said, one of the most dominant teams. Because they're not just only winning; they're winning by every in game by double digits.
Yeah, they're like blowing teams out, winning easily.
Yeah, they win if they repeat. Yeah, man, Dan Hurley doing a hell of a job up there, and we got to show a lot of respect to this UConn Husky team. So
put them in the Hall of Fame already. Shit, they repeat this shit. Put that nigga in the Hall of Fame already, man.
But yeah, Final Four matchups is this Saturday, April 6th. First game, NC State, Purdue, 6:09. Second game, Alabama versus UConn, 8:49. Well, it's probably going to get pushed back because of the late game. So basically about 9 o'clock. So, yeah, looking forward to that. And then the women's Final Four, Friday night. NC State, South Carolina is at 7, and then UConn and Iowa is at 9 o'clock up in Cleveland, man. So, and
did you see in Portland they had the 3-point lines fucked up?
Yeah, bro. Like what? Like come on.
Shame, bro. It's like that Texas coach said, only in women's college basketball. Or one of them coaches. I don't know if Texas or one of them coaches.
Come on, man. What are we doing?
Damn shame.
Man, what are we doing?
Terrible, man.
But looking at ticket stub, the lowest ticket price for the women's game is $334. That's the lowest. That's low.
Wow.
And they say the lowest for the men is $339. So they're right there.
And you're right there. I'm surprised they missed that high.
But I guarantee if you had to pick one, I guarantee most of the country would go to the women's in Cleveland.
I know I would. That's why I said I'm surprised the men's is that high. Especially with these teams playing. It's not really no traditional blue blood in there.
Yeah, honestly, the men's won't be good until if we get a UConn Purdue.
UConn Purdue would be a good game. I'm surprised the men's that high. Because I can see if it was like a UK or a Duke or us, like UNC in there or something like that. UCLA maybe, but it's not really like a traditional blue blood in there. But it's like no team with a huge fan base in there, like a fan base outside of their alumni and other people that go there.
I would say UConn travels. I would say UConn, but Purdue,
but Purdue, NC State,
nah.
Like UConn reached like in this I would say more recently, like in this millennium, like since 2000, they had some good teams in the 90s, but I said they had some pretty good teams. They historically pretty good. Now I think about it, you kind of historically pretty good.
But yeah, but everybody else, yeah.
Yeah, everybody else though, yeah. Like, surprised they selling for that much.
Down to the Wire 513, episode 324, man. Make sure y'all tap in with everything Down to the Wire 513. Before we leave, switch sports altogether. I gotta mention Bronny James. He is entered the transfer portal.
Allegedly, did they come out? LeBron said he didn't know about it, but that's what the reports is that he entered the transfer portal. Or entering. I don't know if he entered yet, but he's entering the transfer portal.
I think so. I think it's confirmed because I've seen, well, at least it has a blue check mark next to it.
That's not him. That's not him.
That's not his Twitter.
No, the dude that's the post all the pictures of him.
Okay, so that's not him.
If you click the profile and read it, he says not affiliated with Bronny James. It's not him.
Okay,
it's a fan page.
So allegedly, Bronny's in the transfer portal. For me personally, I hope it's not true, because for me, I think part of me, which is not true. I got two takes on it. One, I get the coach is leaving. That's not the coach who recruited you. So depending on who the coach they bring in, y'all could probably butt heads too. So, but part of me doesn't want you to leave, because then next year USC, you could be the man.
Yeah.
You could show the world, like, yeah, I can be the man. I can be the man. I can be aggressive as far as scoring, playmaking, making my teammates better. You could run the show. Win or not. But just show, like I said, for NBA, for your NBA future, show you could be the.
Go out there and show I'm an NBA player. And this is how I'm gonna show you how I'm an NBA player. Like, watch me show you how I'm an NBA player.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't want him to transfer.
I heard you there. Well, I would say to combat that, I don't think he has that kind of mindset. Unfortunately, which I think it's one of his flaws. I think he don't have the mindset to be like, I'm that nigga. Like, I'm about to go out here and average 20. Like, he don't have that mindset. Which is why I think he's like, yeah, I'm out of here. Plus, they got a new coach coming in. Their coach took the job at SMU. So they have a new coach coming in. No telling who that coach is going to be. Now, him entering the portal, if he does enter, doesn't mean he's going to leave either. He may also go back depending on who they bring in as a head coach. So he might come back. Who knows? But I think it would behoove him, because I don't think he's able. I think if he does come back and he is the man on the team, I don't think he's going to look like he should look. So I think he should go to UK. I think he should go with Kyle. I think Kyle would get him the most ready to play in the NBA. And that's his ultimate goal, I think. Also, I'm not sure who else Kyle's going to bring in if he does. But they usually have a pretty good, recruiting class coming in. And Kyle alluded to getting some older players out of the portal. So I think he'll be surrounded with talent. And this is where I think he'll look his best at, because he's not the aggressive type. He's the type that will be the kind of the point guard type. He kind of sets you up type. He can maybe average like 8 to 10 points, but he maybe also average like 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He's going to be the kind of player that can go out there and be an all-around player, not just a dominant scorer. And to be somewhere and look good, he would need to go somewhere that has like a stacked roster, because he's not going to look good on a weak roster playing the way he played.
Fair. I think he does. I think he does need. I think there's some talent around him. UK, I think that might be a little too much talent around him. Because I think he could get lost in the shuffle, depending on who all Cal brings to Kentucky next year. Now, granted, we've seen players be like that before. Like I said, when you pick who you want, like when Shea was there, Book was there, Jamal was there, Bam was there. Like, we didn't see these guys being NBA All-Stars at Kentucky. They just know their role at Kentucky. Now that's where I think that would help Bronny. Like I said, he could fit in there, won't have to really do too much at Kentucky. But still, as far as his NBA prospect goes, like I said, I still want to see him show some aggressiveness, some assertiveness. And at Kentucky, I just don't think he would show it there. 'Cause I think he would just be concerned about him fitting into his role. Now, if he would have showed it this year at USC, and then decided, hey, I want to go to Kentucky and have Cal help me, fine, because at least we've seen it before. But the fact that we haven't seen it and we're hoping that he goes show it somewhere else on possibly another stacked roster, I don't see it helping his NBA.
I hear you. I don't think he's that player though. He's not going. If he goes to a team that's not stacked, he's not going to be able to show you. Like he's not like a he's not like, I don't know who I can think of. He's not like a Rob Dillingham where he's gonna go out there and he's gonna put up 20 points. Like he's gonna score 20 if you give him the minutes. He's gonna put up 20. Right, ain't that kind of player. He ain't gonna shoot that many shots. He's not that aggressive. That's why I think even if he goes somewhere where he's the only player, he's still gonna be trying to play the same way. Like, oh, we gotta pass the ball here, we gotta pass the ball there. Like, nigga, these niggas suck. Shoot the fucking ball. And he's not gonna do that. So I think for his sake, he needs to go somewhere, whether it's UK or not. He needs to go somewhere, Duke, even go somewhere where it's gonna be like, all right, these niggas, they stacked. It would have been better if we saw him, show out this year, average like 15 this year when he started playing heavier minutes, and then transfer and be like more like a role type kind of player, kind of like Seth Curry did before he went to Duke. He was at Liberty first, averaging 30. Went to Duke and I think he averaged like maybe 15 or 18 there, but he was still, showed that hey, I can also fit into the system, not just go out there and be a dominant scorer. Bronny, this year he was just way too passive. Way too passive, and I think it ruined him now because now we saw him as the passive guy. Now I think most people I think they want to see what you see. I think they want to see what you're saying. They want to see him be dominant and go out there, and score 15 to 20 points a game. But I don't think he has that in him.
Yeah, I mean, and really, it's not only just about scoring. Like, okay, if you want to impact the game, then okay, go out there and get 8-9, average 8-9 assists a game. Then go out there and impact the game that way. If you don't want to score, I just take control. That's basically run the show. And I said at Kentucky, especially dealing with that fan base too at Kentucky, because it ain't gonna be.
It's tough, man. It's tough. But I think one thing, Cal and Rye want to know, because we saw him do it this year with DJ Wagner. Wasn't playing the greatest. He kept starting him. When they asked in the media, why are you ever going to go away from starting him and maybe start Reed or Rob? And he said, no, I'm not going to take his confidence away. I'm going to keep starting him. And I think if he came out there, he would keep giving Brian the same opportunities because he don't want to take his confidence away. It's just I don't. That's what I think he should have went to a different high school, man. Like going to a stacked high school where he never had to show that he never had to learn how to be that guy. He never learned how to be that guy. So now you're in college playing against way better talent.
It's hard. Yeah.
You don't know how to do it. Like you don't know how to go out there and dominate the game and get to the free throw line 12 times. You don't know how to do that because you never had to do it in high school. Which is another thing I'll talk about Gilbert. Like I like to watch his podcast a lot. He talks about this too. He sent his son to a public school instead of going to Sierra Canyon. He wants his son to go out there and average fucking 40 on double teams. Go out there and get used to playing against double teams, triple teams. So when you get to a next level, when you have to do this, when you have to score a point, you're going to be able to dominate. Especially when they guard you one-on-one, it's going to be easy for you to go out and do that. Even though you're playing against smaller guys, they may not be as talented, but there's 3 of them guarding you instead of 1. So it's going to be just as hard as you playing against a fucking Kawhi Leonard when you get to the league. Right. So you're going to be used to playing against that kind of pressure and getting used to, shooting the ball 20 times a game because your team's just not that good. It needs you to shoot the ball. Used to you going out there having to be play center and point guard, playing center on defense and point guard on offense. Having to go out there and shoot game-winning shots, miss them, make them. You got to get used to that kind of pressure. And Bronny never got used to that because he's playing on his high school team, coming off the benches for his sophomore year, junior year. Finally starting his junior year, and then not really having to do anything because they were stacked. So it kind of handcuffed his whole development got kind of fucked up in high school, unfortunately.
Now, how much does Bron likely to return to the Lakers impact where he goes? Because obviously USC, he's right in the backyard. Bron could be at every game. How much does Bron still being in LA impacts Bronny's choice about where he goes to play?
I don't think it impacted much this time. I think it played a heavy role the first time, and I think Bronny regrets it now. Like he probably thinks like I should have went to I should have came here. Yeah, it was cool being in LA, cool being home, especially after what happened with the whole cardiac arrest thing. Definitely good for him being close to home with his family and everything. Mm-hmm. But as far as basketball career, that move definitely hurt him.
Well, hopefully for our sake, our sake, Ohio State, right up the road, I get to a few Ohio State games if Bronny chooses.
He wouldn't be big. I'm watching him, bro, play. I wouldn't travel up there to watch him play. I'm sorry. He's not big enough draw for me to go that far to watch him play, even though it's only a couple hours. Not doing it. You gotta show me it unless he start averaging like 15 or something. I'm not going up there to watch him shoot 6 shots. I can watch it on TV. I'm cool. Ohio State would be a terrible move for him too. I would not go there if I was him.
Terrible. Well, just because of the coach and who they got.
Everything. It's not a basketball school. Same with USC. I don't want to say USC was a terrible move because they had a pretty good recruiting class coming in there, and they were pretty good the year before he got there. So I guess it wasn't a terrible move going there. But Ohio State just they ain't been getting basketball in how long, bro? Like, nah. I would not go there. Going there, he also have to be the man. I wouldn't go anywhere you have to be the man if playing in the Power 5 because he's not the man. He's not that. Like, if he averaged like 18 at USC, then yeah, go anywhere and average whatever you want to average. But you came off averaging 4 points a game or 6 points a game, but you average a game, bro. You need to go somewhere where if you're trying to go to Power 5, you cannot go thinking you're going to be the man because you are not that at all. If you're trying to see him be the man, he goes to mid-major. Go to Ohio University. He's trying to be the man. But going to Ohio State, no. I don't know where he's thinking about going. I couldn't tell you. He probably going to collude with some other high ranked guys going into the portal. Interested to see what happens, man. Because a lot of these guys that came out that were on the McDonald's All-American team with Bronny, they didn't play that great, so they probably ain't going to the league. Or if they do it, I mean, this is historically a weak draft. What the G are saying, what the scouts are saying. The NBA guys are not very excited about this draft class.
Yeah, and then you got to factor in the guys who are coming in next year.
Yep. So I'm interested to see what these guys do if they decide to go to the draft. Because now with Bronny, putting himself in the transfer portal, it alludes to the fact that he's going to stay in school another year, probably. I mean, people ain't talking about that anymore. They just saying transfer. Where's he gonna go? Like, is he even gonna stay in school now at this point? Like, who knows? I would assume so because, he entered the portal for a reason. I guess. I guess he could always still decide to go into the draft. I guess, but
yeah. Or at least go to the workout and see and get a feel where he would get drafted.
Yeah, I know you mentioned the Ignite. The Ignite's going to be over after this year. I guess they said NIL came through and said, fuck it, it's not even worth it anymore. I think they were like, last I checked, they were 6-40 on the season this year, so they're not doing very good.
Damn.
So yeah, but I took that option away from him. I don't know what he plans on doing, where he plans on going. He probably staying on the West Coast, maybe like Arizona, maybe. A school that comes to my mind, Arizona.
Do they got a comp? Arizona, they're going to the Big 12, right?
I believe so. He definitely ain't going to UCLA. I don't see that.
Nah, he ain't going to play for Mick Cronin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. I don't know, bro. I don't know what he's thinking about going. Maybe Duke. I could see him going to Duke, maybe.
Will he play at Duke, though?
Yeah, he'd play. He'd play at Duke for sure. Like I said, I think Duke or UK would be a good spots for him because they always have talent and he can play around guys that
Is McCain going? Is McCain going? Is he? You think he leaving? Because
probably.
If McCain stay, brother, then I don't think he playing. Especially with what they got coming in. Well,
I think I think he could play with McCain.
Mm.
Well, McCain shoot that thing, man. He gonna get his shots up. Bronny, he's not aggressive at all.
Right.
So he needs to play with somebody who's gonna shoot the ball. That's he gonna change his mindset this summer.
You watch more Cooper than I. Is he ball dominant or can he play off ball?
He can play out ball. He can play out ball. He the same way though, bro. Like he in the summer he plays with a team that's like not good, so he dominates and he shows his thing in the summer. But same thing with him. Like he goes to Mount Verde Academy, so he's like being a role player in high school. He won the National Player of the Year. But like if you watch the highlights and shit, he just dunks and rebounds and fast break points. Like he's not showing you anything. Like look at this nice move. Look at his footwork. He's not showing anything like that, bro. Like so, I'm very skeptical of Cooper Flag. Very skeptical. Like I'm very skeptical. The more I watch him, the more skeptical I get. I'm just like, yeah, he has the same thing I said about Angel Reese. Elite motor. He goes hard. Yeah, he gonna play his ass off. He gonna go for every block. He gonna dive on the floor for loose balls. He gonna run, grab rebounds. But when the game slow down, how good are you really, bro? Like how good are you in a half court set? Like how good are you really? Like can you go out there and get me a bucket in a half court set? Like how good are you for real, bro? That's all I want to see. I don't want to see the highlight reel. I want to see how good are you. I don't know. I like to see him play ones with somebody, maybe his size, his level. I want to see him play ones. See how his ball skills are. Like they're talking about you like you're going to be this guy. I haven't seen it yet, bro. Like when I watch it, you watch him play. Yeah, he's good. He's very good. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like I'm not seeing anything very special about him. But his motor, he goes super hard. He's 6'9". He could shoot. He could shoot. Not bad. But most of the highlights they show you just fast breaks, blocks. Like I say, he gonna go hard. He's very emotional. Screaming and shit. I love that. I just want to see him.
Well,
I don't know. I want to see him. I hate to say do more because it's like he does a lot already, but it's just like I don't want to see you play on an all-star team all season, bro, and just fit in.
Well, it's gonna be up to John Shire and the staff down at Duke. They obviously have all off season to figure out what they're gonna do. I know they got him, and I forget the other guy coming in from overseas, the number one international prospect, coming into Duke next year. So
interesting, man. Interesting. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I saw some clips of the McDonald's All-American practice too. Like I said, he gonna go hard, man. His motor is nice, man. He got a high motor. Interested to see him like in the half court because even when he jumpers they show he was like fast break, like little midi pull ups.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see nothing in the half court though. I'm like, all right. Like I don't know if he plays in the post. I don't know if he plays in the wing because all highlights are just defense. So I don't even know how he plays for real. I haven't watched like a full game. I watched a couple full games. But it's AAU. It's different.
Yeah, we already know what AAU is, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
So we shall see. We shall see what happens moving forward with Bronny. So yeah. Down to the Wire 513 episode 324. Man, make sure I type in with everything Down to the Wire 513 to the NFL. We had a huge a blockbuster trade. Well, it wasn't really blockbuster, but a big name traded. Big name traded. About time, honestly. I mean, I think it's a few years overdue.
Yeah, I think it's long overdue.
But Stefon Diggs has been traded from the Buffalo Bills to the Houston Texans for a 2025 second-round draft pick. I'm going to say I like the mindset that Houston is going to win right now. They're kind of going all in. They're basically kind of Basically, they're doing almost what the Bengals should have did. Like I said, when Burrow was on a rookie deal, like I said, man, let's go all in, get all the talent we can around them. While CJ Stroud is still under a rookie contract, while Will Anderson on defensive end still on a rookie contract.
Yep.
So basically going all in, man. And I think Houston will be they'll be the, I won't say like trendy. They'll be a trendy pick to win next year.
For sure.
I still think they're
this year. We'll see the Stroud,
or this year. I still think they're about 2-3 years out from really being a contender for a Super Bowl. But this year you'll see a lot of people put a lot of stock in Houston this year about getting in this year.
Yep, I agree for sure, man. I'll let us move for Houston. Like you said, definitely trying to stack the deck now as much as they can. Like, let's go out there and get who we can to build around this young core we have. They're not looking for Stefon Diggs to be the culture setter.
No.
Which I think he's definitely not that guy at all. I want to see him mature. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he has more respect for CJ than he had for Josh Allen. Because he definitely showed Josh Allen up a lot, especially the last 2 years. Showed him up a lot, and I don't want to see CJ get treated that way. I don't think he would accept that either. So, it might be Stefon Diggs one of his last stops if you don't get his attitude together. I'm gonna go ahead and call it out right now. You only can be. He's already Asian. He's getting up there in his age. You're only gonna be so talented only for so long. Like, at some point your negative attitude and negative things you bring in the locker rooms is gonna outweigh your talent. At that point they're gonna cut you loose. You're not gonna be in the league anymore. So don't want to see it happen to you, bro. I want to see you have a nice long career and stay in the league as long as you want to and stay on your terms. But right now your reputation you got following you everywhere is that you're a problem.
I think it was time for a change of scenery for him in Buffalo. Obviously, we don't know Stefon Diggs or whatever, but just based on his time when I got from him in Minnesota, basically, I feel like his biggest thing is he wants to win, and I think maybe probably in Buffalo he felt like they missed their opportunity to win. Not with just this past season, but 2 years ago when they lost the overtime to Kansas City. Like,
I think he felt that way since then. I think that next season he thought it was a year. I think since then he's felt like they didn't have a chance, and he brought that in with them in off season.
Exactly.
So he felt that way, bro. He should have been out 2 years ago, because y'all still had a chance. These last 2 years, y'all still had a good chance to still go out there and win. And you cost them the game this year. You dropped that fucking ball this year. That was your fault. You get up and run like a little bitch, and I don't want to talk to the fucking media. That's your fault, bro. Like, I mean, he's just too much of a diva for me. So I think it was a good move for Buffalo too to get rid of his ass.
I don't know, because now Buffalo, you really about to see what Josh Allen is capable of. Can he win? Can he win with? I mean, everyone's not Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. So you got no Gabe Davis now. You got no Stefon Diggs now. But they do say in the draft, man, you can pick up wide receivers. So
okay,
go out there and rebuild this year, man. You got Josh Allen. You got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's still definitely a top 5, top 10 guy in the league for sure. So, time to show them put up, man. You got to go out there and I think it was a good move for them too, because Stefon Diggs is expensive. He's expensive, and you don't want to be there, and you got like a little bitch all the time. Like, I'm cool. You got to go, bro. Good luck down there in Houston. I actually did him a favor, send him to a good team. I would send him somewhere so shitty as fuck, bro. I would send him to the fucking Patriots.
Well, Patriots put that showed interest in him, but
and I would have sent him somewhere so shitty, because they had to trade him with like two draft picks to get a second.
Yeah,
so it was just Stefon Diggs and 2 draft picks they gave up to get rid of him.
Yeah, I think Houston. Honestly, I think Houston probably was the only one that really showed interest in him.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's not good. That's not good. That is not good, and they ain't looking for you to be anything. Like for them, this is all right. If he works out, great. This is like a medium risk, high reward for them. Like they don't care because they ain't paying their main players yet, so they don't really care about pay. They got to pay somebody. So let's
Yeah,
go ahead and get CJ a nice weapon in here to add to his repertoire. But hey, if you don't work out, bro, don't give a fuck. They can easily get rid of you. Like T just said, wasn't many teams interested in you. So
and they have an out in 2025, so next year. So yeah, they can if it doesn't work, they can cut him and it won't hurt. It won't hurt
better
him.
be on his best behavior. Because if not, you're gonna be on vet minimum deals or 1 year prove it deals after this.
Well, at the end of the day, man, like I just hope he goes down there and can be. I won't say you don't need to be the leader in the locker room, but lead this young wide receiver core, basically, because honestly, you're not going to be CJ Stroud's number one target.
Nope.
So you may not be getting the ball. You may not be getting the ball a lot.
And that's like he gonna be acting up about that, bro. He's gonna be mad as fuck about that shit. But I think he gonna run into the wrong person down there in Houston, bro. D'Amico Ryan gonna put him on his ass.
Oh yeah, I think D'Amico, yeah.
Ain't gonna be no one on the sidelines over. Ain't gonna be none of that bullshit in Houston, bro. Ain't gonna be none of that bullshit.
So
I don't think the players gonna go. I don't think the players going for it. I don't think D'Amico going for it.
oh yeah, they'll just send him home then. If
That's the only thing. That O line, somebody in there should put him on his ass in Buffalo. That's what it'll show you they ain't really fuck with Josh Allen either. Because man, if that's my quarterback and if I'm an O line man, you talk to him like that, I'm like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? Like he ain't gonna say shit to you. I'm gonna say something to you. Like Stefon Diggs ain't beating nobody up. He not beating nobody up. Like you're not scared of nobody, bro.
I hope that reputation don't follow him down. Don't follow him down in Houston. But as far as Buffalo, man, yeah, it's clear. You clearly rebuilding Buffalo.
Clearly, starting all over. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I don't care who you draft and you taking with the pick wide receiver you take. As much as a diva Stefon Diggs is, he's still a top 10 receiver in the league.
He's still good, very good.
And I don't think you're going to get one of those. But now it's interesting, which I don't think they'll do this because it's the Bengals. But if I'm Buffalo, I'm calling Cincinnati. Hey, T. Higgins. What? We'll give up a second round this year or something for T. Higgins, but I know the Bengals not going to do that.
Yeah, they're not doing that. Yeah, I don't know. Buffalo definitely starting all over, man. The defense is riddled now. They lost like 3-4 starters on defense. If not more than that. The top two receivers gone. Crazy in Buffalo right now, man. Josh Allen looking around like, bruh, what the fuck going on? Looking like Will Smith in that meme. Shit crazy, bro.
Well, it's not only crazy in Buffalo, it's also crazy in Kansas City, coming off a Super Bowl. But the Chiefs they might be on the hunt for a new wide receiver, man.
Yep.
This past Saturday, man, if you haven't heard, man, Rasheed Rice, I would say easily their top wide receiver this past year. He was responsible for his part in the crash this past Saturday, injured 4 people. He's cooperating with the police. They said he was speeding, racing with a Lamborghini versus a Corvette.
Corvette, and they flee the scene after the crash.
Yeah, usually that don't look good, man.
Like you leave a $500,000 Lamborghini, and I don't know how much the Corvette he had there was, but probably $100,000 Corvette. Just leave it on the scene, just walking away like they can't find who the car is registered to. Like these niggas never gonna learn, dog. Like they're never gonna learn from the guys of the past who have these accidents or have these incidents happen, and they end up going to jail, ruining their whole careers. You know, you had the incident happen with the Alabama players. You know, you had the incident happen with Las Vegas. What's the kid's name? Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs, yeah.
You know, where he killed that young girl and her dog in the car in Vegas, man. You just don't. People are not gonna learn, man. Like luckily, God, Willie, he didn't kill anybody in this accident, or they didn't. Whoever else was used racing, they didn't kill anybody in this accident. But like, it's just sad to see these niggas still doing this dumb shit, man.
What's the purpose? Well, I'm not really a big car aficionado, but what's the purpose of getting these cars and just speeding like that? What's the purpose?
I have no idea, man. Like, just go to a track, man, and make tracks for that kind of stuff. You can go. I know they have like several of them in Vegas. You can go and they have Lamborghinis there. You can drive on the track. Ferraris there. You can drive on the track. Go to a track and do that, or go to a open field and do that shit, bro. Why are you doing it on a highway where it's cars, like a busy time of day where it's cars all around you? Like, what's going through y'all mind when y'all do this shit, man?
Yeah,
I just don't understand, man. Like, I know people that have Chargers and the Hellcats and the Scatbacks and the Trackhawks and Jeeps and all that kind of shit. And they do the same thing here in the city and shit, bro. I just don't understand it, bro. Yeah. Like, bro, y'all niggas are stupid, bro. If you do that, if you participate in that kind of stuff, you're stupid. Whether you do it and don't get hurt or don't, hurt anybody, you're still stupid for doing it, man.
Exactly. Put your own damn life at risk. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I'll never. That's just never been me. I've never been passionate with cars like that growing up, where I felt like I wanted to race them.
Yeah, I mean, I like cars, but never been the one to get in one and do that stupid like that, though, man. Never. I don't understand.
So hopefully, man, we don't know what will come of this. Obviously, I think he'll probably be suspended by the NFL at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
But hopefully no. I don't think jail time. I don't think he'll probably get jail time, but who knows?
Probably not jail time because it depends on the injuries people got, I guess.
I was about to say
injuries. I want to say maybe not. It depends.
But you're already on a rookie deal, man. You ain't making that much money, so.
Nope. This is probably not, bad enough to get him out the league, though. So he probably, get a second chance. Hopefully, learn from this.
Yeah.
So. But usually, they don't learn. They still do the same thing. He's still gonna do the same shit, though.
Right. So we shall see. I think that's it. I think we hit everything.
Yeah, I think that was it. I feel like it was something we missed.
We hit everything college basketball related. Bronny, Diggs, Rasheed Rice. Yeah, I think that's about it.
That's it.
All right. Just a little news that broke a few minutes ago. UConn's men's team has been delayed for Final Four. They're having playing issues. So they just got in. Let's see what they say. They're supposed to leave at 11:30 p.m. tonight, but no, they're going to leave at 11:30 tonight. They're supposed to leave about 6 o'clock earlier this after today. But
yeah, you'd rather be safe than sorry, man.
Facts, especially in the air.
Yep.
So I still expect UConn to come out and dominate on Saturday, though. I don't think that.
I would agree, man. It's still they still got time to get there and get acclimated to the
West Coast time.
Yeah, West Coast time, and it should be all right. Oh, you said it's Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's only 2 hours back. I think Arizona, they float between 2 and 3 hours back. I don't know what, depending on time of year, I guess, but they should be okay.
They're in Phoenix, so that means they're playing the Final Four at the Cardinal Stadium. Okay. All right, man. Well, the good brother Flyman ran, Josh Doc Evans, whose Duke team lost. We ain't gonna let it down. Whenever he come back on, we gonna Duke
definitely
lost.
bring it. Filipowski was getting his ass busted.
Getting cooked. The AB meme, cooked.
Cooked. I'm getting cooked.
Oh, by the way, real quick, boxing news. Hey, Rolly got destroyed.
Man, he couldn't even talk after the fight. Nigga looking around like, she said, it's okay. I just want to thank everybody.
Happy Easter, everybody.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Like, bro. He was looking around for a minute. She said, "It's okay. It's okay." Oh, that shit was hilarious, man.
Rolly versus AB, so in late 2024, whoever loses career is over with. Make it happen.
Oh, that was funny, man. That has a press conference for the ages. I give him that.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, that's really what I wanted. I just want to see the press conference.
Press conference would be must watch TV.
And then shout out to Fedora, man, knocked off Tim's shoe. Now they're saying mandatory WBO is mandatory. Crawford versus Fedora at 154. So
I forget about Crawford. That nigga ain't found so long. That's a dangerous game, man. He playing right now. Dangerous game that man playing.
Then who does Spence? Who I see Spence get in the ring? Oh, was it Pitbull? Spence got in the ring with Spence got in the ring with somebody. No, it's Fedora. My bad. It was Fedora. He said he wanted.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, post game, but nah, they said nah. We'll look at Terrence Crawford. So, but yeah, nah, both of them. Hopefully, man, Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, one of them, if not both of them, get back in the ring sometime soon, man.
It's time.
It's long overdue, honestly.
It's time.
So, but yeah, nah, man, appreciate everybody tapping in with us always. Down to the Wire 513, episode 324. Good brother, Flyman Rand, Josh like Evans, D. Taryn Bland. It's been Down to the Wire 513. We'll catch y'all this Friday for Sports and Spirits. Till then, y'all have a safe, blessed rest of the week.
Yes, sir.